Good morning, Meridian. Welcome, everyone. So glad that you guys could join us on the Diamond Factory this Tuesday morning. Well, I am going to go on and get out of the way. My name is Phyllis Nash. I am one of the four co founders here at Akana. Really happy to be before you this morning to bring up someone near and dear to my heart who blesses us each Tuesday even when he's traveling, guys. 6, 7 hours difference in his schedule, but he's still there to guide us, to give us those golden nuggets that I hope you have pen and paper so that you can take down those copious notes. And so I am going to go on and introduce our first Pastor Dan, our coach Dan, our world travel international motivational coach Dan, and we are so blessed to have you here. Again, hope you got your pen and paper out so you can take those notes. Dan, I just unmuted you. You can take it away.
All right. Good morning, family. Good morning, the warm and wonderful Miss Phyllis Nash. It's always a pleasing pleasure, more than a privilege, to join us on these, out as Dr. Roz would say, in the huddle moments. And so today, as we get ready to kind of have some dialogue, I pray that you will have a pen and a piece of paper because I want you to take some notes. I'm going to give you some practical things to help you advance in your business. One of the things that we have to accept, if you accept the idea of being an entrepreneur, if you accept the idea of being in business, then you must also embrace, no matter how uncomfortable you are by doing so, you must also accept the idea that you are first and foremost a salesperson. Yes, you are. You are in the business of selling, because if you're not selling anything, you're not making anything. And if you're not making anything, you're going to go out of business fast. And so I want us to embrace the fact that I am a salesperson. And some of you may say, well, I don't sell, I tell. Well, that sounds good. But even in your telling, it must be selling, because if they don't buy it, guess what? You don't get paid as a result of it. If you don't get paid as a result of it, then you can't pay your bills. And so when you are in business, the first thing you must embrace and understand is that you are a salesperson, right? Now, here's the challenge, and here's why most people do not desire and don't embrace this idea of being a salesperson. One of the biggest things is this thing called rejection. If I was to poll every person that was on this call right now, I would suggest that about 90% of you will say you struggle with rejection, meaning you don't like being told no, you don't like being pushed away, you don't like being shut down, you don't like being excluded. And so the results of that means you shy away from those moments where you can be rejected. And so many of us that's on this call, we don't go after it as hard as we want to or as often as we should, because we don't want to feel rejected. Now, in the context of sales, rejection comes through objection. Let me say that again. In the context of selling, rejection comes through objection. And we call it SCOs, standard client objections. These are the reasons why your potential client is telling you no. These are the reasons why your potential client is telling you they're not interested. And so once you learn how to overcome these SCOs, standard client objections, then you will be your closing ratio will ultimately increase, your sales volume will increase, and the money you get paid back into your pocket and your bottom line is going to do what? It's also going to increase. So if you decrease the amount of SCOs that you wind up losing to, which means you're able to overcome them, then you're going to increase everything else when it comes to the selling process. Now, what I found is that there is are myriad through my experiences. I've heard some of the crazy excuses or the craziest objections that you have to overcome. And so I'm going to, for the next 9 minutes that we have together, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you the top 5 that I was able to think of that I'm pretty certain many of you have fallen prey to as it pertains to standard client objections. The first one always, typically, is cost. It's the cost. And the objection sounds something like this. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. I don't have the money. So how do you overcome someone telling you it's too expensive, they can't afford it, and they don't have the money? Typically, at that point, the average person shuts down. Me, because we do consultative selling, when someone tells me it's too expensive, they can't afford it, they don't have the money, my next response is, can you afford not to make the investment? Based on all of the things that you've shared with me, right? Then the response after that is I'm not asking you to spend money, I'm asking you to invest money. And whenever there's an investment, there's an ROI, there's a return. Some returns on investment may be financial, but some could save your life. Then the next thing is I tell them, reallocate funds. What you talking about, Coach Dan? Well, hey, I almost said hell. Hell, you go to Starbucks every morning. You spend $7, $8 a morning on Starbucks. What this is going to cost you is going to be less than that. So those are some of the things that I do. But in that, because it's not all about price. Take price aside. Here's the real question. If you could afford it, if you have the money, put price aside, would you get this product? Because what you want to do is you want to show value. You want to show value. You want to show value. And you want to explain how the product offers long-term benefits, such as saving on future healthcare costs, improving in their quality of life. All of these things is how you will overcome it's too expensive. Sometimes you may have to break down the cost, like I just did, doing a comparison of where they're wasting money. That's actually killing them, right? All that sugar every day is killing you. All of that caffeine on a daily basis is not good for you. So you want to break down the cost and show them how it's affordable. Number 2, skepticism on whether or not it's effective. Here's the question. Here's the objection. I'm not sure it will work for me. How many of y'all heard that? Or watch this. I've tried other products in the past similar to this, and it didn't work. How are you going to overcome that? I don't think it's going to work for me, and I've tried products similar to this, and it didn't work. Well, there's a couple of things. Number 1, you want to provide testimonials. Provide testimonials. Provide case studies. Right? You want to be able to share real-life stories with them and real-life reviews from other customers just like them who have benefited from the product. And when you say benefited from the product, what you're talking about is it solved a problem in their life that is similar to the potential client that you're talking to. Oh, I feel good this morning. Here's another one. I've done this. I've done this with a client. Offer a money-back guarantee. Now, I said I've done it. I didn't say, and I send them. Offer that money-back guarantee. You know what? If this don't work for you, I believe in it so much, I'll give it back to you. I'll buy it back. That's another one. Because now someone says, okay, what you've just done is you eliminated the risk. Here's another one. Educate on the science. Help them to understand the science behind it. Provide information on the scientific research and the type of ingredients and how the product it has been effective for others that's used it. All of these things is important. Talk about why your product is superior than the other products that they may have tried. Number 3, because I got to go. You know what? Right now, I'm just not interested. This is not a priority. I don't need this right now. Once again, how do you overcome that? If you're doing consultative selling, you already know what their needs are. So you go back to what they said their problem is. You go back to what they said they really needed, because they didn't say they needed a product. They said they had a problem. And you have to connect your product to the solution to their problem. Y'all got to write that down. Now, write that down. Connect your product to the solution to their problem. Are y'all getting this? So that's number 1. Number 2, you want to create a sense of urgency. How do you do that? Well, I know you say you don't need it right now, but you've also shown that you see the value of this product, not only for you, but for others that you may know. You see how this product can be a solution. Here's the deal. There's a limited time offer where you can save XYZ percentage by getting it today. You're saying you're going to get it next time. Why spend more when you could get it today? So what you're doing is you're creating a sense of urgency. You're telling them this is a promotion, and you're honing in on them having an action right now. Another thing that you could do when they say it's not a priority is really get them to understand, when do you want to feel better? When does you feeling better become a priority? When do you get wanting to have more energy becomes a priority? When do you get off those pills that you're taking become a priority? You see what I'm saying? The 4th one, number 4. The fear, watch this, of commitment. That's another big objection. I don't want to commit to a subscription or long-term use. I don't want to commit to that. So how do you overcome that? That's easy. Well, we're one of the only health and wellness companies in the market that does not put you on auto ship. We don't have a minimum buy. Our goal is just not to shove product down your throat and leave it in the garage for the next year or 2 and you don't use it. Our goal is to make certain that the products you're using and that you're buying, you're actually consuming. So there is no long-term commitment. But what we have found, watch this, is that individuals that have tried our product have continued to use the product because of its benefits. The next one is number 5, is overwhelmed by too many options. What do you mean? There's just too many similar products out there. I don't know which one to choose. Or there's another product out there and this one is cheaper. This is simply how you do this. Highlight the fact that our product is different or superior to the others in the market. This is where you become an expert. You provide consultation in a way and advice in a way that helps them, that makes you the expert in the room. And what it would do is help guide them towards the right choice, which is what you're selling. And the third part of it is you want to use clear, concise messaging. Clear, concise messaging. Don't talk too much. Simplify the product's benefits and based on what their needs are. Help them to understand that it's going to work. And so when you do that, it relieves the pressure of being overwhelmed by too many options. Don't go in trying to sell them everything you got. Tell them the solution to a problem that they've communicated. Tell them what they needed. And when you sell them on what they need, and it actually meets the need, then you can move forward from that moment. You can move forward from that moment, and they will start exploring other products that they may not necessarily need, but they want to try because the one that they needed actually worked for them. So this is how you want to set this up. And when you set these things up and when you look at those 5 top objections, number 1 is too expensive. Number 2 There's skepticism of whether or not it's going to work. Number 3, it's not a priority. Number 4, there's a fear of commitment. Number 5, they're overwhelmed by too many options. When you learn, if you can master overcoming just those 5 objections, I assure you that you're going to see your sales increase and you're going to see your bottom line increase as well. Listen, I'm going to stop right there. I trust and pray that this was helpful and you've gotten some insight, you've gotten some clarity, you've gotten some understanding that, number 1, in business, you are in sales. And in sales, there's going to come objections. But you have the power to overcome those objections if you use some of the tools that I shared with you today. All right? I want y'all to have a supernaturally wonderful kind of day. And until next time, as always, prosper. Back to you, Miss Phyllis.
Awesome, Carl. I got me a whole page full of notes, and all of those points are something we can use on a daily basis. So again, as usual, dropping the mic on where you're training today. Yes, it's short and sweet, but it is so powerful. So thank you so much, Coach Dan. Thank you so much. Are you in the cities?
I am in the city. I'm glad you said that, because those of you that's in the New York area, I will be speaking this weekend in Brooklyn, New York on Saturday. We are doing an Empowered to Prosperity boot camp. We're going to help you take control of your money, eliminate waste, eliminate debt, and generate wealth. And so that's going to be in Brooklyn, New York. For more information, you could go to empoweredtoprosperity.com, empoweredtoprosperity.com. And then on Sunday, I'll be ministering at 2 different churches. And I'll be speaking at a 9:30 service. As soon as I'm done, they'll whisk me off to an 11:30 service. If you want more information on that, visit dandjohnson.com. That's dandjohnson.com. I look forward to seeing those in the New York area that would love to come and participate this weekend. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that information. And guys, I just have a few announcements. Tomorrow we have Do You Know Your Blood Type? We're there at the office at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So I encourage you. That meeting is growing. We have a good time. It's short, it's sweet, it's informative, and we're gathering more and more people every week. So that's 1 p.m. and we're out of there by 2:30. If we're there longer, it's because the people that came are asking questions. And then on Thursday, guys, we're going to have a recap for distributors from the Battle of the Blood Types. That recap will start Thursday promptly at 6 p.m. Then you have your regular guest exposure at 7 p.m. and a training at 8 p.m. all on Thursday evening. And I see Dr. Betty is here from the EE Center. She has a call tonight. Dr. Betty, you want to unmute and share what your call is going to be on this evening?
This evening. Good morning, everybody. So yes, we are going to go a little bit deeper into the bitters program, the bitters detox. So if you want to understand better why we need to do that, join us tonight.
Okay.
And bring your questions.
Awesome. I see Crystal has unmuted. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Quick question. You said Thursday, the meeting. Could you repeat what you said for Thursday again?
For Thursday, the recap of the Battle of the Blood Type will be at 6 p.m. The regular overview for our business and new prospects and customers is at 7 p.m. And then there's training at 8 p.m. Thursday evening.
The training, is that for blood type testing, or is that something specific?
I would think it's just a training on how you use the new system, the postcards, the brochures, getting people exposed to what we're doing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Phyllis. And
You're
Coach Dan, thank you, Coach Dan. Just thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you all very much. As always, go out and push. Have a kind of day and talk to you later. Bye.